Today we will be looking at the 653 Accu-Master and how to place the reel. Use the hoist system to place the cutting unit into the machine. The Accu reel selector adjusts the rear roller V mounts to accurately position the cutting unit in the grinder based on manufacturer reel diameter. Insert the rear roller clamp into the slot behind the cutting unit and rotate the T-handle 90 degrees. Slide the clamping bar over the rear roller and push the locking arm of the clamp down to secure the clamp in place. Unlock the orange lock handle on the cross-slide assembly and rotate the orange handle wheel until the dial in the indicator on the cross-slide assembly reads 0 with the long hand and 3 with the short hand. Select the correct spine adapters and place into the action motor. The pivoting and floating action of the motor assembly provides a direct connection to either side of the reel. Lock the arms of the floating action motor by twisting the handles. The front height adjuster secures the front roller. The front clamp and top plate adjust in or out as needed to avoid interference in grinding. Place the clamp on the roller, but don't lock down quite yet. The Accu positioning gauge and height stop are linked to the Accu-Touch 3 controller. This is used to set the height of the reel and to position the carriage both horizontally and vertically to the reel. To set the height of the reel, place the Accu position gauge on the lower pin on the right side of the grinding head. Place the height stop on the gauge rod. Allow the gauge to travel up to the reel blade. Release the lock handle on the left side of the front height adjuster. Adjust the front height adjuster up or down with the ratchet lever. Move the front height adjuster until the lever of the Accu positioning gauge aligns to the decal on the gauge. Relock the lock handle on the left side of the front height adjuster, then lock the front clamp. Retract the gauge rod back into the Accu positioning gauge. Unlock the gray lock handle on the cross slide. Move the grinding head to the left side of the reel until the position mark on the Accu position gauge aligns with the position mark on the front tooling bar. Depress the locking tab on the Accu positioning gauge to allow the gauge rod to travel to the center of the cutting unit shaft. Press the left check mark on the controller. Retract the gauge rod and move the grinding head to the right side of the reel until the position mark on the gauge aligns with the mark on the front tooling bar. Allow the gauge rod to travel to the center shaft of the reel. Push the check icon on the right side of the controller. Turn the gray cross-slide hand wheel to move the carriage up or down until the green bubble appears on the controller, indicating the carriage is positioned vertically to the reel. Retract the gauge rod back into the gauge until it locks into the locking tab. The horizontal positioning process is basically the same as the vertical positioning process, except you must move the Accu positioning gauge to the upper pin position on the grinding head. The control will indicate the correct direction to turn the hand wheel. Once positioned, lock both the gray and orange handles on the hand wheel. Then remove and store the Accu positioning gauge. Ensure the correct grind wheel is attached to motor. Now select the motor position on the controller display, in this case on the right. Slide the motor to line up with edge of blades and adjust the proximity sensor. Repeat for left side. Set travel limits of the motor and ensure there is enough movement for the blades to spin. Close the doors and you have a placed reel that is ready to grind.